It was sometime in 2003, 2004. We were canoeing the West Branch of the Susquehanna. It's a group of women that I go on a journey with every year. The minute I get on that river and I start to float, everything feels so good. You know, you just feel like you've left everything behind. There was a moment where a storm kicked up pretty quickly, and it was coming straight toward us, and we couldn't get to either side, and we had to just simply let go and just go through this storm. And the storm came and then moved behind, and all of a sudden I realized everything felt different. The air smelled fresh and new. It was so clear. And I put my hand in the water and just for a moment thought, what will my new work look like because of this? How do I create that feeling of the riverbed, the browns, the orange, the warm tones that are right underneath and sort of rippling over the rocks? And how do I get that ripple in the glass? And how do I make that happen above? And then have the drops of rain come down from that. What if I lay them over a bed of metal pins and let the glass just gently sort of relax over the pins and create this kind of movement, but this gentle movement? Because the West Branch particularly is very wide and flat and very easy, so it has that flow to it. In the beginning, the work was very dark because I was really thinking about that riverbed and how to make it that deep. But then Ron and I were near the ocean at some point. And I remember looking out at the water and seeing this kind of silvery light. It was magnificent. You know, it just lit up the whole sky, the whole area. And I thought, well, I wonder if I could create that by using something like stainless steel and working with the steel to create patterns in the background that are almost like mists. And then from there, the drops. Making the drops as many as I could so that I had a range of drops to compose with. For me, the composition is real important. It has to have a kind of almost a sound that I feel internally as I put one drop next to the next and next to the next. Even though I'm making such large, I like to think of them as canvases, the drop is such a simple form. To me, it's the primal form. It is the form that glass makes before any other form. It is the drop. How you hold that drop and, well, keep it from falling to the floor or, not moving enough. That's the moment in the hot shop where I'm playing with that form and letting it just be. That's one of the things that pulls me into this work and keeps me going, is that for me, there is a change in every work. Now the movement is internal, it's inside, and it's a space that I'm moving into and holding on to and feeling as I'm laying or holding that one drop against the next and the next. Such a simple drop, and yet it holds so much emotion. In some ways, kind of like the relationship between the women on the river, or the relationship with other people in real life and how we stand next to them or close to them or far, what the distance is in memory, what the distance is in emotion. And I also think about it as a kind of a mapping of relationships, and holding in some ways to this, what seems like a small piece of ground, in the work. And yet it has this kind of worldly dimensional feeling to it as you pause to look at it. And when I think about that word, pause, I think that's what happened on the river, and that's what happens in the work. This kind of sense of how can we stop or slow down the moment and make that small place powerful. Yeah, that's where I am.